Good morning, Sullivan. And good morning to you, Bermuda. Let me just first say that was a great overview by Dr. Doling. I enjoyed it. Declaring my interest, back in the 90s, I was the general manager for People's Pharmacy for well over a decade, going into 13 years, and got to see a lot of the new innovation into the pharmaceutical field. And it was quite stimulating to be in the retail industry at that time. I must declare also that my wife is a pharmacist, still practicing pharmacist.
And still your wife.
Which is even better than my wife.
After all she's been through.
Every morning I reach across it, and it's been fascinating for me to watch the change in the industry. What I can say about the health industry is that it has become the new thing. As far as technology is concerned, things are changing drastically, and it has opened up opportunities to make money as well and be innovative to help out people with all kinds of the latest that you can think of. But when we start talking about what's happening in Bermuda, and I'll use the highway as an example, you've got a slow lane and you've got a fast lane. And having been in government, we're in the slow lane and the private sector is in the fast lane, moving quickly. And what I'm finding is that when it comes to regulation and when it comes to putting in policies that are going to keep up with the industry, governments invariably, no matter which side of the aisle you're on, has been too slow to keep up with the industry. Now, if I flip the coin over and I go to the retail side of things, back in the 90s, the challenge was the pharmacies, for the most part, were all buying their pharmaceuticals from the Phoenix stores, BGA. And so the independent pharmacies coming along, it was a good thing, as Dr. Doling mentioned. They were able to source, and I was a part of that in the 90s, of saying, okay, listen, we can do better. And in the retail industry, we have the ability to go to what we call these jobbers. And these jobbers in the States buy massive amounts from a particular wholesaler so that they get this preferred pricing. And so when they get this preferred pricing, we are now able to go to this jobber and also get the preferred pricing for pharmaceuticals, for beverages, you name it.
For Listerine.
Absolutely. And so the beauty of this is that it opened up for independent pharmacies to come alive in the professional field. We're talking about pharmacists. These people are, along with the doctors, are saving lives. And the amount of time that a pharmacist, and I want to just give a shout out to the pharmacists, the amount of time that they take to explain why this is the way that it is, why the doctor is prescribing this, and why it's good for you to take this with the particular condition that you have. Listen, being a general manager of a pharmacy, I saw all kinds of things. Great stories and some horror stories where people are coming to the pharmacist rather than going to the doctor. They should be going to the pharmacist to fix sometimes critical chronic situation rather than going to the doctor. They're coming to the pharmacist. So they do a fantastic work. And in my opinion, to look at the salaries for the pharmacists and the salaries of the pharmacists in the United States, and they're basically on par, I'm always shocked at that. And the other part, Bermudians are not getting involved in the industry in and of itself. And I'm fearful that it's going to die off. And some of what we're about to talk about as far as insurance companies and the likes, we're moving towards the very thing that helped us keep up these independent pharmacies in the health industry is now at jeopardy because business presides over health. Back in the day, it was all about health. No one was talking about cost at that time. It was really all about health. But health has changed now. The whole industry has changed. And it is becoming more and more, in my opinion, about the dollar as opposed to a system that is truly taking care of its people. And when the government finds it difficult to keep up, then the people fall behind. And our most precious resource in Bermuda is our people, number one. And you look now and you look at the premiums that you're paying next to the United States, we're the highest cost premium for healthcare in the world.
Phenomenal, yeah.
So what is affecting that? Why is it that way? And I don't think that we are putting enough priority, not to say that people don't care, but not putting enough priority behind the stakeholders like the doctors and the pharmacists and the insurance companies and really coming up with a plan that works for Bermuda were isolated. Each one of these players in the industry is isolated. And it was good when I saw that the doctors came together with the pharmacies with the letter that they sent to the minister to say, listen, we've got a problem with this and we need to deal with it. Let me say this here also. When Kentucky Fried, talking about retail, came into existence, immediately the government said, oh, hold on a second. We got to fix this right away with legislation because we don't want the franchises coming in and gobbling up the market. We want Bermudians to be making the hamburgers. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing better than a Dorothy hamburger.
Than a Dorothy hamburger, that's right.
That proved it. So it's the same for the game, same for the health industry. There's nothing like my wife as a pharmacist. Yeah. People love her, right? Yeah. Constantly getting gifts. Every week seems like, my goodness, avocados, all kinds of things. Because people have learned to trust in that pharmacist. Just like they trust in that doctor.